everyone, that's Black here, and welcome back to my game corner. How are you doing today? Because I'm doing absolutely great. Tell you what, lately I couldn't find any special projects that I would like to pay attention to. Usually these are either some big games, reviews on which require a lot of time, or something that doesn't really interest me. And then, not so long ago, while scrolling through different videos on YouTube, I found a whole compilation of short games that were worth playing. I successfully skipped through most of the video because I picked up a whole bunch of different short games that I really want to review. And today, I will review just such a short but very nice and cute game. Welcome to the WereCleaner. The game was out on 7th May 2024 and developed by Howling Hugs. Here we take on a role of a werewolf janitor who needs to work night shifts to pay the rent. In total, you will have to work a week from Monday to Sunday. The game begins with an introduction to the mechanics and characters. We play as Kyle, who, as I said before, works as a janitor at Howling Hugs. Ironic, actually, considering that the whole place is dedicated to wolves and stuff like that. That's funny. Kyle also has a friend, a security guard named Daryl, who's very bored at work. Daryl really wants to see something interesting, but lately nothing has happened. On Monday, we work during the day and are essentially taught how the game works. We have a machine in our hands that sprays water. Our task is to wash all the stains in a certain place and return to the beginning of the level. This level, by the way, is a great opportunity to explore the office a little, which, of course, I did not do, So after Kyle finishes work, he comes home and we find out his terrible secret. Kyle is a werewolf. Therefore, at night he becomes a cool anthro wolf with his tongue out. Cute, isn't it? Yes, it is cute, but at that time of day, Kyle also becomes susceptible to his instincts. And then it turns out that the CEO makes the entire office work night shifts, and if the workers decide not to come to work at night, they will not be given their paychecks. What a pity, because Kyle will soon have to pay rent for his apartment. There is nothing left to do but to work the night shifts. Coming to work next day, Kyle is terribly scared and nervous. No wonder, because if he stands in the direct contact with another person for too long, he will kill them. Yes, Kyle is a real beast and cannot control himself at all. By the way, when talking to Daryl in the beginning of the level, Daryl notices that Kyle sounds a little bit off. But the werewolf only makes excuses. So now we have a threat in the office. Other workers. In fact, you can't run into other people, because otherwise Kyle will not be able to resist and kill them. If it so happens that Kyle has gone wild and killed someone, this worker can be eaten and the remains can be cleaned with the help of our machine with water. Well, of course, bodies can be carried to another place if necessary. If one of the workers sees a body, they will run away from there and you will have to catch up with them to eat them too. It's funny, but I even managed to mess up here and eat one of the workers. Oops. Anyway, the next day we're given a new device, a vacuum. This thing helps to suck up all sorts of small objects, and we just have to clean up the rooms after the party. Coming to the office, Kyle is told not the best information. Daryl found a piece of fur with blood on it, which means that some dangerous animal is now in the office. Daryl is, of course, terribly happy, because finally something special has happened in the office and he, as a true professional security guard, will cope with the threat and eliminate it by tomorrow. If only. Of course, Kyle will have to clean up the office again and get out. This time, however, we'll have to go through one of the most populated halls in the office. A very nasty place, but no more nasty than the storage. But more on that later. There are a lot of workers here and it is easy to get caught. but I somehow managed to slip through without a single murder on this level. Funny. The next level gives us a new mechanic, but I somehow forgot about it and didn't use it until the end of the game. It's a backpack. It allows Kyle to throw paper balls. The workers will pick them up and take them to the nearest trash can, which allows player to distract them. I, again, ignored it, so I played the entire level without this device. At the beginning of the day, Daryl says that he still couldn't catch the animal. However, he now has an idea. He is going to prepare something to catch that animal. But it will take him some time to finish this project. Anyway, Daryl plays the Great Protector and wants to save the office from the terrible creature. Well, good luck to him, I guess. This time, we have to clean up a room with a worker rebellion. Apparently, they don't like the company very much. Also, we need to put out a room with burning computers. I wonder how they even work here when their systems are on fire. And another room where a party for children was held. By the way, this room looks pretty cute, to be honest. So, I think in parallel with my walkthrough, you may have noticed that I picked up some items here and there. These are collectibles scattered here and there around the location. I will show all of the collectibles with their descriptions a little later. For now, just know that they are there. In general, this day passes like all the others, you just have to clean a little more rooms. So, for now, nothing too scary. Friday. No, of course, for some it may be the last working day, but for us it is far from the last. But it is extremely interesting. Here we're given garbage bags, with which we can catch small animals, which, by the way, Daryl scattered as a bait for the monster. By the way, Daryl is slowly going crazy there. I think he should take some pills. Sedatives, maybe? Something like that? Or maybe sleep, because he apparently overworked himself. In short, Daryl is becoming more and more creepy in his obsession to catch the creature. By the way, some weapons appeared in his office. That is scary. Among other things, you can use bags to blind other workers, which seems useful, but as usual I ignored it to a large extent. Although it is very worth using this, because now we will be sent to the most difficult, nervous and nasty area of the entire office. This storage. It is a huge labyrinth with a bunch of workers, and it is almost impossible to get around it if you don't know exactly how and where to go. This place has become such a pain in the ass, if only you knew. In short, with a great difficulty, I managed to get into the room that needed cleaning. And here's something very scary happened, to be honest. Judging by the name, the forklift broke down and killed a man. Creepy. But this is not the creepiest thing here, but more on that later. The next two rooms are pretty ordinary, it's just that you now also need to catch animals like mice and snakes. I was only a little surprised by the room with snakes because of mushrooms growing here and spores flying around. You have a nice company here and interesting messes, you know? By the way, on Friday you can also find the arcade machine and play the game like Pac-Man, which goes through the entire storage. It's difficult if you want to get through without killing, but it's a cool minigame actually. Anyway, we come to work again on Saturday, and this time there are no new mechanics. Daryl has completely lost his mind with his project and his desire to catch the creature. He says that the creature acts like it knows the whole building, and well, actually yes, but it is not that important. Daryl, please take some sedatives, this is not normal. Even Kyle notices that something is really wrong with Daryl. This time we'll have to work hard because we have 4 rooms to clean. First, someone died and the room needs to be cleaned of wreaths and candles and all that stuff. Second, what is this? No, really, I have questions about who decided to conduct a satanic ritual here. It certainly looks funny, but my god, what kind of workers work here anyway? The CEO is also doing well overall. It's clear, I think there is nothing to discuss here. The guy had a great Friday evening, I suspect. And the last room is where is another rebellion and a bunch of funny snakes. In general, nothing really terrible. At this point, the work is kind of finished. At least here, for some reason, the game doesn't suddenly switch to the next level, which I don't really get, by the way. But we will be shown a cutscene in which Daryl finds out that the very same deadly beast is, well, Kyle. Yeah. Now we have one last level, Sunday. Daryl, of course, knows that the animal is Kyle and wants to kill him, but that's not all. Daryl made a special device to track werewolves, more precisely to track who owns that piece of fur he found earlier, and since it belongs to us, now Daryl knows where we are. To be honest, at first I didn't really understand how it even works, but then I got it. Daryl doesn't see Kyle himself. He rather sees his tracks and follows them precisely, so it's easy to deceive him. This, however, did not mean that I wouldn't manage to die here. Yeah, I was caught by Daryl's eye. But at least they gave me an achievement. At least there was some benefit from it. On this level, we'll only have to deal with two messes, but these two are literally on opposite ends of the office. Oh my god. One mess is in the kitchen and the second is in the toilets. By the way, this is the final part of the rebellion. There's also the CEO corpse lying here. No, well, this is not the work of our paws. Our job is simple, clean up the mess. This is where I got caught the first time. By the way, the game over screen here is really cool. Only later did I understand how to get through this part. Everything turned out to be much easier. I'm just a little stupid. After we finally finish with the messes, we need to return to the room with company mascot. Of course, you can't leave through the elevators, so you need to escape in another way. And in the room with the mascot, there is a window. Since the company's mascot is a wolf, Daryl perceives it as us and shoots it, but realizing that it was just a plush toy, he tenses up again. Then he realizes that we climbed out of the window and wants to catch us, but the rope breaks and Daryl falls to the ground and dies. Here, all that remains is to remove his remains. Now we can get our paycheck and enjoy our $119.50 salary. Sorry, Daryl, but you yourself are a threat to this company, it seems like. Anyways, we did it. Now Kyle has something to pay his rent with. I would also like to draw a little attention to the credits and how they are designed. By the way, thanks to all these people for a wonderful game, it really turned out cool. In some places, small meme pictures with Kyle and Daryl flash through here and I find it very amusing. It turned out to be a very cute design for such a game. So, remember I told you about collectibles? I collected them all. Here they are. All these beautiful things that can be found in the office. There is nothing particularly interesting in them, but if you want to read about any of the items, pause and read. A funny little thing, I managed to walk past two obvious collectibles several times and not notice them, although they damn are highlighted. In short, hoo-hoo, but Black as usual does not see anything right under his nose. Let's talk a little about my impressions of the game. In fact, considering that lately I've been literally going crazy from the lack of good games and general stress from all sides, the WereCleaner has become a great opportunity to unwind and have fun. The game is made in an extremely pleasant visual style and with funny background music. Despite the simple mechanics and the general simplicity of the plot, the game still has some small challenge, and at some point I even decided to try to complete all the levels for 5 stars and without killing. For 5 stars, by the way, you'll need to complete the level in a certain time. Usually, in order to get within the time limit, you still have to try to complete the level without killing, because cleaning the body takes some time. Otherwise, it's just a cute little game with an interesting concept that is definitely worth your attention. The only downside is that it's for one time, but if you want to relax in the evening, that's totally your choice. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also press the bell button to get notifications about new videos. Have a nice one. Bye!